Don't waste another year. You've already seen what happens when you hesitate, when you procrastinate, when you let fear disguise itself as wisdom. Another year passes and you're still talking about what you're going to do. You're still planning, still preparing, still waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. The truth is, there is no perfect time, there's only now. Every sunrise is a reminder that God has given you one more chance to move, one more chance to build, one more chance to become what He already designed you to be. Time is the most expensive currency you have. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose energy and regain it with rest. But once a moment passes, it's gone forever. Every second is a seed, and how you spend it determines what your harvest will look like. Too many people pray for increase, but waste the very thing that produces it, time. You cannot ask God for acceleration while moving in hesitation. Every hour you waste is potential buried in the graveyard of your own comfort. The question isn't, what will next year bring? The question is, what will you bring to next year? Because if you take the same mindset, the same habits, and the same excuses into another season, you'll only repeat another cycle. Excuses delay elevation. Every time you make an excuse, you extend your stay in mediocrity. You talk about what's missing, who didn't support you, what you don't have, why it didn't work last time, and all the while, your destiny is waiting for you to stop explaining and start executing. Excuses sound good until you realize they're the very chains keeping you bound. If you want God to elevate you, He needs to see movement, not murmuring. You can't walk into new territory with an old mentality, so stop telling yourself it's not the right season. Stop waiting for validation. Stop saying maybe next year. The doors are open, but you have to walk through them. Purpose requires urgency. When you really know what God has called you to do, you stop wasting days. You move different. You think different. He elevates you because Hess shaping your character to sustain your calling. So while you're waiting for your big moment, stay faithful in the small. Study, serve, sow, learn, build. Because when opportunity meets unpreparedness, embarrassment follows. You don't have to chase platforms, prepare for them. When your preparation matches your purpose, promotion becomes inevitable. Small daily decisions create big destiny shifts. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. You don't transform by doing something once, you transform by doing it until it becomes who you are. Every day you show up, you're rewriting your future. Every time you pray instead of procrastinate, you're shifting direction. Every time you study instead of scroll, you're aligning with your destiny. Big breakthroughs are just the public evidence of private consistency. Stop looking for instant results and start building lasting habits. The road to destiny isn't paved with giant leaps. It's built one faithful step at a time. Obedience is greater than opportunity. The world tells you to chase every open door, but not every open door was opened by God. True success isn't found in pursuing what looks good, it's in obeying what is good. Obedience may not always look glamorous, but it always produces growth. You can chase opportunities and end up lost, but when you chase obedience, opportunity chases you. God doesn't reward hustle, He rewards alignment. The moment you stop asking, what's in it for me, and start asking, what's required of me, that's when your entire life begins to shift. Don't waste another year doubting, delaying, or disobeying. Don't let comfort convince you that you have time. Time is passing whether you move or not, and every moment you hesitate, someone else is walking in what was meant for you. You don't need another sign, another confirmation, or another calendar flip. You need action, you need faith, you need obedience. The clock is ticking and heaven is waiting, so decide this year will not be another repeat of the last one. This year will be the one where you finally commit, finally discipline yourself, finally align with what God said about you. This year, you walk in purpose, not potential. You will pursue obedience, not opportunities. You will invest time, not waste it. You will become who you were designed to be, not someday, but now. Because destiny doesn't wait for those who hesitate. It rewards those who move when God says move. Don't waste another year. The time is now. Time is the most expensive currency you'll ever have because once it's spent, it's gone forever. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose relationships and rebuild them, but when time leaves your hands, it doesn't return. Every second you live is a transaction. You are trading your life for what you are doing in that moment. That's why wasted time is the greatest form of poverty. Some people think they're broke because they don't have enough money. But the real reason they're broke is because they've been pulled. or stewards of their time. Time is God's gift to you, but what you do with it is your gift back to him. The enemy doesn't have to destroy your life, he only has to distract your time, because distraction delays destiny. Every year you say, next year will be my year, you're actually giving away the power that belongs to this one. You don't need another year to change, you need another level of focus, urgency, and discipline right now. The reason some people never walk into their purpose is because they treat time like it's unlimited. But your days are numbered, your assignments are specific, and your window of opportunity is not forever. The clock is ticking on your calling, and every moment you hesitate is a moment you'll wish you had back when you finally realized what God was trying to give you. So stop treating time like a luxury. It's not. It's a seed, and every day you either plant it or waste it. You can't keep saying someday when God is calling for today. Don't wait until the clock runs out to start running your race. The difference between people who succeed and people who regret is not talent, it's time management. Don't waste another year waiting for the perfect season. The time you have is the time you've been given, and what you do with it determines everything that comes next. Excuses are the silent killers of destiny. Every time you make an excuse, you build a wall between yourself and your next level. You cannot rise while you rationalize. Excuses feel safe because they protect your pride, but they destroy your progress. You can either have excuses or elevation, but you can't have both. The moment you justify where you are, you forfeit where you could be. Excuses are comfortable lies we tell ourselves to avoid uncomfortable growth. They sound like "it'll start when I have more time," or "I am waiting for the right opportunity." But here's the truth: there will never be a perfect time. God doesn't bless perfect timing, he blesses obedient action. Every person you admire started with uncertainty, but they refused to let fear become their reason for inaction. Elevation requires movement, not excuses. When you keep giving reasons for why you can't, you're really saying you don't believe that God can. Because if you truly believed in his power, you'd move even when you're unsure. You'd take the step even when you can't see the staircase. Excuses are rooted in unbelief. They disguise themselves as logic, but they're actually limitations in disguise. The longer you excuse your delay, the longer you delay your destiny. Some people have been circling the same mountain for years, not because God hasn't opened a door, but because they keep explaining why they haven't walked through it. You cannot excuse your way into excellence. You have to decide that no matter what, you're done explaining your limitations and ready to embrace your responsibility. Stop telling yourself stories that keep you small. The moment you drop your excuses, you pick up your elevation. God doesn't need your perfectio and needs your participation. When you stop making excuses and start making moves, heaven starts moving for you. The next level is not waiting for your explanation, it's waiting for your execution. Purpose requires urgency because destiny doesn't wait for your convenience, it moves at the pace of your obedience. Too many people miss divine opportunities because they keep assuming there will always be more time. But purpose has an expiration date. When God gives you an assignment, it's not just for you, it's connected to people, places, and moments that need your obedience right now. Delayed purpose creates delayed blessings, not just for you, but for everyone connected to your calling. Every day you procrastinate on your purpose, you're letting someone else's answer remain unanswered. Someone's deliverance, someone's breakthrough, someone's inspiration could be waiting on your yes. When you delay, heaven has to hold what it wanted to release. That's why urgency matters. It's not about rushing, it's about responding. It's about knowing that every instruction from God carries a timestamp, and every moment you hesitate, you risk missing divine timing. Purpose doesn't fit into your schedule. Your schedule must submit to your purpose. You can't say, "It'll move when it feels right," because faith rarely feels comfortable. You have to move while you're unsure, build while you're scared, and trust that the obedience of today will reveal the outcome of tomorrow. Most people spend years preparing to start, but purpose unfolds when you start preparing. You can't wait for perfect conditions. You create them through consistent action. Urgency doesn't mean chaos, it means clarity. It means knowing that every moment wasted is a moment you'll never recover. The truth is, the people who walk in purpose are not the most talented, the most decisive. They don't wait for everything to line up. They align themselves with what God already said. Don't waste another year overthinking what God already confirmed. Move with urgency because the future belongs to those who act while others are still analyzing. The time for preparation precedes promotion because God will never elevate you beyond what you're prepared to handle. Everyone wants the platform, but few want the process. Before God places you in public, he shapes you in private. The unseen seasons are not punishment, they're preparation. If you skip the preparation, you sabotage the promotion. Too many people pray for blessings they haven't built the capacity to carry. Preparation is proof of expectation. When you're truly expecting God to move, you don't sit and wait. You study, you build, you discipline yourself, you get ready before the opportunity arrives because you understand that when preparation meets purpose, promotion becomes inevitable. The reason some doors haven't opened yet isn't because you're forgotten, it's because God is still preparing you to walk through them without falling. Think about it. David was anointed long before he was appointed. He didn't become king the moment oil hit his head. He went back to tending sheep. Because before he could rule a nation, he had to learn to manage responsibility. God uses small assignments to test your readiness for larger ones. If you can't handle the field, you're not ready for the throne. Preparation is the hidden work that produces visible success. It's waking up early when no one's watching. It's practicing excellence when there's no applause. It's staying faithful when it feels like nothing's happening. Every hidden effort is a deposit toward your future promotion. God never wastes preparation. He multiplies it in due season. So stop asking for elevation if you're not willing to embrace preparation. Your next level won't come because you desire it. It'll come because you're developed for it. Promotion is not a miracle. It's a manifestation of consistent preparation. God will never give you what you pray for if you are not ready for what you prayed for. Get prepared, stay ready, and when the moment comes, you won't have to chase it. Your preparation will qualify you to receive it. Pose is not laterits now. Small daily decisions create big destiny shifts because greatness is never built in a single moment. It's built in the quiet consistency of everyday choices. Your future is not shaped by what you occasionally do. It's shaped by what you repeatedly do when no one's watching. Every decision you make either moves you closer to your purpose or pulls you further away from it. Destiny doesn't respond to dreams, it responds to discipline. We often underestimate the power of small things. A single choice to wake up early, to pray, to study, to invest, to forgive, or to stay focused can completely alter the direction of your life. Big breakthroughs are just the visible results of small, faithful actions compounded over time. You can't expect to live a transformed life if you keep repeating the same habits. Change doesn't start with a new year. It starts with a new decision made daily. The secret to success is hidden in your routine. If your habits don't match your vision will never manifest. You can't pray for greatness and practice mediocrity. You can't expect abundance and live with inconsistency. Every day, heaven gives you 24 hours as a test. What you do with those hours reveals what you're truly committed to. Think about it. A farmer doesn't reap because he dreamed of a harvest. He reaps because he planted daily. The difference between the person who grows and the person who stays stuck is not opportunity, it's consistency. Every small act of obedience compounds into supernatural acceleration. God honors small beginnings because they prove stewardship and discipline. So stop waiting for one big moment to change your life. It's not coming. The change you're praying for is already in your handsets in your daily decisions. If you want a different destiny, start making different choices. Small disciplines today create massive rewards tomorrow. Every step, every prayer, every seed matters. Don't despise the small, it's shaping the great. Obedience is greater than opportunity because not every open door is divine and not every delay is denial. Too many people chase opportunities that look good but aren't God. The world teaches you to go after what seems promising, but the kingdom teaches you to stay where God is present. Opportunity might bring you attention, but obedience brings you anointing. The promotion that comes from man can elevate you temporarily, but the promotion that comes from obedience will sustain you eternally. Obedience requires faith because it rarely makes sense in the moment. Sometimes God will tell you to turn away from what looks like success, not because he's withholding something, but because he's protecting something. He sees what you can't see. You might think you're missing a blessing, but God is often shielding you from a burden. When you move by opportunity, you depend on what you can see. When you move by obedience, you depend on who he is. Every major breakthrough in Scripture was birthed from obedience. Noah didn't build the ark because it made sense he built it because God said so. Abraham didn't become the father of nations because of opportunity, he became it because of obedience. Even Jesus himself said, "Not my will, but yours be done." That's the posture that unlocks heaven's favor. Opportunity might get you into a room, but obedience will keep you there. The reason some people rise fast and fall faster is because their elevation was built on ambition, not submission. God blesses order, not disorder. When you prioritize obedience, opportunities will begin to chase you. You won't have to manipulate, force, or beg divine favor will locate you because obedience attracts what hustle can't. So before you chase another opportunity, ask yourself, did God tell me to move? Because if he didn't, that door could be a distraction disguised as destiny. The greatest opportunity in your life is to obey the last instruction he gave you. When you honor that, you'll realize that obedience doesn't limit your options, it multiplies your outcomes. Don't waste another year waiting for the perfect moment, the right connection, or the ideal conditions. Because the truth is, the perfect time will never come. The only perfect time is now. Every year you delay, you donate your destiny to doubt. God has already placed everything you need for transformation within your reach, but he's waiting for your decision to move. Time is your most valuable currency. Spend it wisely. Stop excusing your inaction and start executing your assignment. Walk with urgency because purpose doesn't wait for hesitation. Prepare yourself in private so you can be promoted in public. Understand that your small daily decisions are shaping the person you're becoming, and your obedience to God's voice will always open doors no opportunity could ever buy. The next season of your life will not come by wishing it, will come by working, by believing, and by obeying. You don't need Anno, third calendar year to see change. You need another level of commitment, focus, and faith. Make the decision today that this will not be another year of potential without progress or dreams without discipline. This is your moment to rise, to move, and to walk boldly into the purpose God designed for you. The clock is ticking, your calling is waiting, and heaven is watching to see what you'll do with the time you've been given. Don't waste another year, make this the year you finally become who you were created to be.